Hi everyone, this is Diana. I wanted to get on here and show everybody how to do a rhinestone template and then import it to Design Space. I have a lot of people asking me how do I do it because sometimes I do rhinestone templates. So one of the first questions is always asked. They always ask, well, hey, can you actually do a rhinestone template in Design Space, which is what the software that Cricut uses? Well, the answer to that right now, unfortunately, is no, from my knowledge. If someone knows how to do that, please let me know because I don't know how to do it and I've never seen it done. So, because of that, and don't get me wrong, Design Space is making great progress in adding and installing things to their software because they took it off it being web based, number one, and they made a beta software, which is great. But and then you can also save stuff online. So Design Space it's been really wonderful watching them progress. But at the same time, there are still some things that you cannot do, and making rhinestone templates is one of them. So what you can do is you can use different software to make your templates. There are many software programs that you can use. You can use your an Apple lover, you can use Corel Draw. Well, Corel Draw is for Windows too. So you can use Corel Draw. You can also use Adobe Illustrator as well, or Adobe Draw. I don't remember the name of it. I think is it Illustrator. Don't get me wrong, but it's the Adobe program. You can use that one. You can also use your Cricut Live 5, which is what you see in front of you right now, and or you can also use um, Inkscape. Inkscape is another one, but that's the free one. So the other ones I was talking about is not free, but Inkscape is a free one. And they have many tutorials on there to show you how to do rhinestone templates, very simple ones, by using any one of their programs. Inkscape, I liked it, but it takes up a lot of space on your computer, so I forego using it. So I just use Cricut Live 5. It's very simple. It's a great investment. It's about $50, $60. And I like it. It works for me. It does what I need it to do. You're not limited to rhinestone templates. You can do a lot with Cricut Live 5. So I like it. I use it. It's been great to me. So that's what I use. So I want to get on here and show you all how to do a simple template using a shape. If I get time to do one using a font, I will. But for now, I just want to use a shape, if that's okay. So the first thing you would do is you would actually have to go, I'm going to my library, which is located right here. You click the library button, and Cricut Live 5 is very simple to use. If you have a drawing program, same typical stuff. You have different. Oh, and another inexpensive program is called Infinity. Infinity, um, I forgot if it's publishing or what it is or something. But anyway, it they used to do Serif SERIF draw, but now they're called Infinity, and they've made like buku advancements in their stuff. Like they done made their stuff almost too difficult for me to do, uh, because I used to use them all the time when it came to doing like um flyers and making stuff and making designs. I use that software all the time. I love it, but here of late I haven't used it as much because they're so advanced in it. So I need to sit and watch all of their YouTube stuff, but I haven't had a chance to do it. So for now, Sugar Lot City is. So anyway, here's the library. You click library and this box pops up as you can see. And in this box, there is shapes, many shapes, or you can deal with fonts. They have fonts. So all of my fonts that I have here is also here. So if I wanted to make a font, I can. And the great thing about that, you can also use your character map in Shortcuts a lot. So it works out great. So, but here, I just want to do a shape. So I want to do a simple shape for you. Let's do a heart because I've done plenty of the other stuff. So this time I want to do a heart. So I do a heart, I close out my library, and then the next thing that I want to do is I want to make the heart bigger. So the important thing is whatever you want your size to be, please make that size first. Now with um design space, if you don't know, for a 12 by 12 mat, you can do up to 11.5 inches in width. So you want to be careful to make sure that you're in that space if you want, or if you have a bigger mat, you can do a bigger mat. I usually try not to go over. So, but for this one, I'll make this one a little bigger. But I don't want my heart looking like that. I want to look like a heart. Oh no. Anyway, okay. So this is good enough for me. So the next thing you would do is, as it's selected, you would go up to effects. Either you can click effects or you can right click, and then here's all your options here as well. But I'm going to go up to effects, and then I'm going to click, and see, in effects you have so many different things that you can do to your font, writing, or your shape that you have, or whatever you put in there. So because you can even make it a puzzle, if you want to make it's so many things you can do. So what I want to do though is rhinestone. So this box comes up, as you can see, and in this box it shows you, not that, uh sorry guys, it shows you the rhinestone size, it shows you the pearl plate size, it shows you the millimeter count, the millimeter size, and the inch size. So I've seen rhinestones in SS6, that's stone size, just in case you want to know what SS is. I've seen it in 12, I've seen it in 10, I've seen 16, and I've seen 20. But these go all the way up to SS75, which is almost an inch. I've never seen that before, but they do make them. I do know they make them, but I just haven't seen them before. So for the sake of this video, I want to do size SS10. And so that size is about 3 centimeters, a little bit less. But I like to use the second one because they have two a lot for their SS 10s and 9s and 6s and stuff. Some of their stone size, they have two different sizes, but I like to use this because I like to have a direct inch size. But what I do is I make it bigger. So I go a little bit up, because when you're doing a template, you want to make sure that your stone fits nicely into the circle. Um, Doing a 2.9 is great, but it'll fit, but it might fit a little snug, whatever. And if you're doing that flock material, which is the material that I use, sometimes it's just best to make it just a little bit bigger. It doesn't hurt to make it bigger. It does not. You don't want to make it too big where two stones will fit into it, because then you have more work. But making it your circle a little bit bigger does not hurt, because that way the stone is sure to set inside of the circle. And so from there, you deal with this, what kind of stone you want. You can have these rectangle oblong kind, or you can have this circle, or you can have the square kind, which is the nail head. I use, well, it could be a nail head type anyway, because it be round. Anyway, or you can use a square. I use this circle type. So I'll go back up and I'll click 10. And I'll click 3. And so the next thing I want to do is I want to always click preview before I hit OK, because hitting OK is almost like finalizing. That's what you want. And then it's a good thing for you to be able to see. The other thing is that you can choose this option, which is fill it in. So you can fill in this shape with stones, or you can just outline your shape. So I'm going to show you the outlining of it. And there you have it. It looks perfect. It's very simple. It looks perfect. Or if I wanted to do fill in shape, that is beautiful. Isn't that nice? It doesn't look like it needs any work. As I'm looking at it, it does not look like it does not need any work. For the sake of this video though, I'm not going to do the shape. I'm just going to do the outline of the heart, which is right here. Because what if I wanted to, because that way if I wanted to put vinyl or some kind of vinyl lettering in it, I could, right? So I click OK, because that's what I want. And so there I have it right here. That's my heart. So the next thing you want to do is you want to draw because now it's time for you to make your template material rectangle box that you need. So you click here to rectangle, and then I'm going to form a rectangle around my object, right, like so. All right. So the next thing I like to do is I like to change the color of it. I go back to my selection tool, because otherwise if you keep having this, you keep making boxes, and I don't want to do that. So I click my selection tool. This is selected now. I want to change the color of it. So I go to my palette, color palette, and I want to click fill, and I want to click black because I want it to be black. And I click OK, and that makes my box black. So the next thing I want to do is you can either do it, you can keep this like it is, or you can put it behind. I want to put it behind the heart. So I go into my path, not path, object, and then I see how it is arranged, and then I click send it back. And when I send it back, there's my heart. My heart is right there. So then I can play with this box and I can, see where my heart is, and I can make it up, down, however I want to put it. So this is fine. So the next thing I want to do is I want to grab the box, and I also want to grab the heart. So I click both of them, and as you see, both of them are highlighted. And so the next thing I want to do is I want to make a path. So I want to make a path of these rhinestones within this box, in the box. So I don't want one, I want one template, and I want to make the path so that these stones are excluded, the actual circles excluded from this box. So what I do is I click path and I hit exclude. And there you have it. So now these circles are now holes. So, because I wanted to exclude the circles, but I wanted to also make them holes inside my square. So there you have it. You see, move around. So now this is my template. This is what I want. So now that I have my template, the next thing I want to do is I want to export it because I want to save it as a SVG file, because that's what I'm going to use to put in the design space. So the next thing I want to do is I want to go to file while that is selected, and I want to go into export right here. And when I click export, this comes up. So now I want to put heart, rhinestone. Okay. And then I want to click OK. Oh, it's called Infinity, y'all. What did I say? Infinity. It's not Infinity. It's called Affinity. Affinity Designer and Affinity Publisher, I think is the name of it. So, yeah. So that, as you can see, this is what I have on my computer because that's what the SVG files save as for now, for whatever reason. I don't know. But anyway, it's called Affinity Designer, and that's the other inexpensive. Not Infinity, but Affinity. Okay. Anyway, going back. And just so you know, you have different choices. You can save it as a SVG, as a bitmap, as a JPEG, MPG, TIFF file. If you have a scan and cut, it's a great thing because now you can save that as an FCM file and a PDF. PDF is what you usually use when you're going to go into Adobe or CorelDRAW. That's what you usually import into there to, make your design or whatever and cut it if you want to, or do different things to the picture. But for my sake, I want it as a vector file, SVG, and I'll show you why in a minute. So I save it. So this box comes up. Don't have to worry about the resolution because I'm not dealing with a picture like that. Not dealing with pixels at all. I can show my registration marks. I don't need to. Selection only is what I pick because I have two pictures over here, as you can see, and this is the one that I want. So by selection only, the most important box is design space compatible. If you do not click this box, then when you go into design space, this will not import correctly. So you want to make sure that your SVG file is compatible with design space. You would think all SVGs be compatible, but they're not always compatible. So you want to make sure that that box is clicked. And then I click OK. So that's what you have right here, right? So now the next thing I want to do is I want to go to into my Cricut. And so this is the design I was working on earlier. So I'm just going to delete that design. I don't want it. So what I want to do for everybody that's familiar with Cricut, what you do is you go to upload. After you click new, you have a new canvas. This is a new canvas here. You go on to upload. You click it upload. And as you can see, I have so many things that I have to play with. You upload your image. You click OK. You browse. I'm sorry. You click browse. Then you find the design that you were just working on, which is the heart. Which is up here. Sorry. And so as you see, I don't have to go into the picture thing where I have to click the simple or the complex image because I'm not dealing with images. I'm just dealing with a vector graphic. So this is good right here. So I click OK. And as you can see, it took the name that I used from how I saved it. So I click OK. Now I want to just take this image and click it and then insert image into my canvas. And so one of the important things that you want to notice is what is the dimensions of the file. So this is 11.215 by 10.217. Now I'm telling you right now, it might not cut on the 12 by 12. I don't know. Anyway, so this is what it is. But I have to make sure that the dimensions are the same here. So I have to go here. I'm going back into Cricut 5. I'm making sure that these dimensions are the same. 11.215, 10.4247. That has to be the right size because that's how my stones are going to go into there. If it's anything different, the stones might not go in there correctly. So you have to make sure the dimensions are the same, which they are, just like that. So that's great. So it's simple as that. So now I can go into Make It. And there you have it. This is my template. I don't have to mirror it because I need it to look just like this so that when I lay it down and when I print it on my flock, I can just spread out my rhinestones on there. So that's perfect. So another thing you can do is um you have a thing called spangles. So spangles is faux rhinestones. They have the look of a rhinestone, but it's not, and it's made with vinyl. So you can use holographic vinyl for that. They have different styles of it. The holographic, I usually use the kinds with the like diamond cut design. Um, so what you do is for that, which they have a great look, same look. So what I do for that is I click on to this because now I want to get rid of this box and I just want to keep these circles. So what I do is I go into contour, and having contour up, it's going to show the box and it's going to show the circles. See, so it's the circles in the box. I want to get rid of the box because I just want the circles. So when you do that, voila, you have circles. And this is your template. So what I want to do now is, because I have it just like this is fine. I want to make it no box, just this. So what you have to do when you do spangles is you do have to mirror this because even though a heart is a heart, right? It's going to be the same size, but you still have to mirror it because you're using vinyl. And if you're using heat vinyl, HTV vinyl, you have to mirror it because you're printed on the back. So then you just hit make it and then you go from there. I'm not gonna make anything. So all right, so there you have it. It's just that simple. So but I can, just for the fun of it, I'll show you what I did with the word. So I'll just put the word, just this word on here, right? So I will make it bigger, and then you can also go into effects and you're gonna make it a rhinestone, right? And I'm gonna choose the circle. And I'm gonna go down here to 10 right here. I'm gonna make it bigger. And I'm just gonna preview what it look like. So you see, not bad. Has a little bit of missing pieces, but you can fix those. So you see you have a couple of missing pieces there. I don't know if they'll get any better or not. It don't look like it. So okay, so from here, I'll just leave it like this and click OK. So from here, because the word, I have two things missing, two circles missing, what I can do is what you have to do is you have to break it apart. So you have to go into, or right click, you can either go up here or down here, click break apart. When you break it apart, now these become individuals. right? So I want to copy and I want to make 2 of these. So I want to go up because I want to fill this in. See? And then I also want to do it one more time because I want to fill this in. Okay. And so it looks like it's a little bit tight. It probably has to do with the space in here. I'm finna mess up. So that's fine. That just for the word. So what you have to do now is after you fix what you fix, you have to go back and grab it, and then you want to now group it back together. And so what I do also is I go in and I make a union because I want it to connect. So because I don't want nothing. And so now you just do the same thing. You get a box, make the box like so. The box takes the color of whatever color your wording is. So again, you just click OK. I want to make this. I click select. I want to make this in the back. So I said, then there's the word. So I want to attach this one with the union, and you see it's union, so that lets me know. That's how I know what it is. So, and then I want to go to path, and I want to click exclude. And now the circles have been excluded. They took the circles off, and this is what I have, and it's inside of the box. Same thing. You can do the same thing. You kind of have to, with the words, you kind of have to work with it, especially when it comes to doing script fonts, because it takes a little more work with those, because you have to make sure that those words are letters are union. They have to be together, connected, which is also called merging, not merging, welding in design space. Because if it's not together, if it's not union, then when you're trying to make it as a template, rhinestones, turn that word into rhinestones, it's gonna be a hot mess. So anyway, I just showed y'all 2 things. I showed you all a shape, and then I showed you all words on how you can do it. So I hope you all have enjoyed this video. If you got any questions, inbox me, hit me up. I'm inside. I ain't going nowhere, right? Until I got to go to work, because I'm an essential worker. But I did want to go on here. What I have, somebody taught this to me, so I don't mind teaching it to somebody. It's a good investment. It's good to do. It's good work. All right. Got any questions? Hit me up. Thanks, guys, for watching. I appreciate you. You guys have a blessed evening. Bye.